So I just found out something very fun. And it's that Spain have a gap in the market that the United States doesn't have. And it's the Okuppas law. Okuppa means a person who has the right to live in a property that is owned by other person that isn't living there. What I mean? You are an investor, you buy 3 houses, and these 3 houses you decided that you're going to put in rent to and you're going to live in other. Okay, so suppose that you have been like 2 months, 3 months without a tenant in one of the properties, and someone decided to go in and live there. Rent-free, live there. That's an Okuppa. Another case. One person cannot afford his mortgage anymore because the prices are getting so high, and he decided that he's not going to pay anymore. So the bank goes and execute the mortgage and started to speak with them and say like, hey, you cannot live here anymore. And they say, sorry, I don't have anywhere to go, so I'm going to stay here. And you may be thinking in this precise moment, Andres, what in the F? Why this is a gap and why this is so funny for you? This is a crisis. And I say yes, of course there is a crisis. Of course there is a horrible situation for the person who cannot afford anymore his property and for the new owner of that property. But that gives us an opportunity. And that's what I want to talk about. The opportunity is buy a flat with Okuppas, negotiate with them, reform the property, and sell it. I was talking with some friends that dedicate to this sector in United States, and we started talking about flipping houses. And they say that the average, not the common, but the average of the percentage that they take back when they make flip, it's around 15-20%. And I say, oh my, I will not stand off my bed for 20% in a flipping. I take 50, I take 60, and even 100. And now I understand why, because they don't have that issue with the Okuppas. Of course, that's something so reasonable. Why did I think about that? And then I understand something else. Both markets are insanely different. The way of thinking of the investor are the same, but the market are so different that it's even scarier. Thinking it that in the same world, you have in the same type of market, you have those markets who are so different. And that's something that I want to talk with you, and it's how much do you spend investing in the United States? I was talking with a friend who told me that he spent around $500,000 in this huge property, and it's giving him around, I don't know, he told me around 10%, 9%. And I say, Jesus, I can make a lot of more with that quantity of money here in Valencia, here in Spain. Because the market here is different, the necessity of the people is different, and that's what I want to talk. The necessity of the people, it's different. The laws are different. When you see the rent market here in Valencia and you compare the prices with the prices of the United States, you will say, whoa, so cheap. But when you remember that here, the most of the people earn just a little bit up of 1,000 euros per month, you say, oh, now I understand. When you remember that a lot of people here in Spain earn less than 2,000 euros a month, you say, oh, now I understand. So that's why I want to talk to you about Dovela, that it's the company where I work for. We dedicate ourselves to get those type of money and make operation that you cannot make in the United States, or it will be not so profitable. For example, find a property with Okuppas, negotiate with those people, finding a way out, reform it, and sell it. that's a very good market and you can make a lot of money. Of course, this will have a time, and this is not forever, and that's the issue. That only work with a market that it's higher and higher and higher. It's getting up. When the market started to go down, it's time to slow down and it's time to no more flipping and instead buy for hold and rent. But right now that we're in this higher market, that you are buying 50% below the market price, that you are finding good opportunities and that you have the money and the time, why don't you do that? Please tell me in the comment, why won't you make an operation that will give you 30% of your money in 6 months, in 1 year? Let's take it to 1 year. 60% of your money. What? Of course I want to do it. And in a market so stable as the real estate market, of course it's so difficult to find out the opportunities, because that's the difficult part, of course, finding the opportunities. And even that, when you find the opportunity, you have to go talk with the Okuppa and say like, hey, what do you want? How can I help you to go out? Let's negotiate, let's not go to trial, because if you go to trial, you are going to spend around 1 year taking him out, plus the month of reforms that is going to be around 1 or 2 or 3. So, but there's techniques, there's ways to do that in a good way. Redundance. For example, we do that. We go, we talk with the Okuppa, we say, hey, how can I help you? What's your necessity? Why you are Okuppa? Not everybody wants to be an Okuppa because of they want and that's all. No, they have a situation, and when you help them to resolve a situation, it's going to be easier for you, easier for them, easier for everybody. So, do you want to know more? This is a place. My name is Andres. This is Novela. And keep in tune for more news and for more little tips of investment here in Spain.